Okay, I got to be kind of quick about this one because I rambled on in the last one. Matthew 24, and Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came unto him to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of the coming and of the end of the age? Well, you could say that was the church age. Say whatever. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, talking about the disciples, and ye shall be hated of all the nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall be the end of the... Let me explain something to you, Mr. Camping. He says that the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world. Well, they've been preaching the gospel for 2,000 some odd years, since Jesus is hung on the cross and rose on the third day. But yeah, your gospel is a new kind of gospel, because it's a gospel of there's no hell, there's no really eternal punishment, there's just total annihilation. And I don't know if you believe in soul sleep or not. You probably do. Most cults do. But you have a different gospel than the one that Paul and Jesus and Peter and the apostles preached. Okay? Paul said, let him be accursed. Galatians, I believe, chapter 1. You have to preach your gospel if you're correct. You do, because you're the only one that's correct. You have to preach this gospel throughout the whole world. You have to preach to the Jews. You have to preach to the Gentiles. You got to preach to the unbeliever. You got to preach to the believer. You got to preach to every church. You got to get your name out there. Understand that? That's what you're trying to do. But boy, you sure set a date real quick. You got it done faster than Jesus did or anybody else did. I mean, kudos to you. Acts chapter 1 says that you're not going to know the end. That you should. It's Jesus says. Acts chapter 1 says. And Jesus said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in His own power. Okay. Listen to this, people. Listen to what this man said.
You're predicting it of the world for
September.
Right. So do you want to take us through?
In Matthew 24, verse 21, it says, And then there will be great tribulation, such as this world has never known, nor ever shall know. In other words, it's the end. The evidence in the Bible points to the fact that September 6th of 1994 will be the last day of the final tribulation period. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 15th day.
Now, I'm not completely clear on what's happened on September 6th.
Lots is going to happen. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. That's this day right here. This could be the day when Christ returns.
Could be.
This day right here. And every mountain and island removed out of their places. In other words, tremendous cataclysmic things are happening all over the world. It is terrible. Super terrible. And everyone will know it's Judgment Day. But it'll be too late for salvation, because that ended on the 6th.
It's possible, I suppose, that no one will end up in hell, that everyone will be so good.
No.
Now we present...
Okay. Now look, he said the salvation ended on the 6th of that month that he quoted in 1994. Look, I've already read to you, on my other video, Deuteronomy chapter 13. I've already read to you Deuteronomy chapter 18. If a prophet says, and you can't say he's not a prophet because the man just did a prophetic thing and said that he's going to come back on May 21st, 2011. He's attacking the church and saying that there's no church age. He's doing all these things that just really tick me off, because while he's saying all these things, people are dying and going to hell. People are actually dying and going to hell while this man is preaching there is no church age. We're trying to get him in there while he's trying to push him out. And you people are following him. Listen, here's what you're going to have to do, Mr. Camping, or anybody who's related, or anybody who says, I am in the family radio. Look, you're just there for money. Here's the deal. On May 21st, 2011, you can actually air another program. If you can actually air another radio program, you are Satan himself. Because you have to understand, you're wrong. Oh, we have to go back and reevaluate. Duh! You're in the same boat the rest of us are. We're not making stupid dates. So, I'm doomed, right? I'm doomed because Jesus Christ, according to you, has not come into my heart. On January the 17th of 2006, I was awoke at about 3 o'clock in the morning. I had been going to this church, and God was pricking my heart, and I would not come. I would not go down to the altar. I would not make a public profession of faith, because I felt just bad about how my sin had separated me from God. I'd always been a believer in God. I just hadn't always been a lover of God. So, dang it, they're out there looking for oil. Anyway, yeah, so, anyway, the Lord came to me and he said, Steve, I love you. And I always want to be with you. I want to make you my son, and I want you to make me your Lord. And I did. I've served him ever since. Let me tell you people something. It's not that I want to prove Mr. Camping wrong. Not that I want to prove Family Radio wrong. I said I know they're wrong. I know they're wrong because I got discernment in my heart, and I can read the Bible. I can read it in the Bible, and I listen to Harold Camping about every time I'm up in the Bay Area. I have a run up there. I drive truck. I have a run up there to the Newark area. But let me please just explain to you one thing. You people need to evaluate who you're listening to. Harold Camping, I'm going to look at you in your eyes. On May 21st of 2011, if the sun still shines, and the moon's still there, and the stars still flicker in the sky, sir, it might be too late for you. You might have slipped off into eternity. Mr. Camping, seek out the real Jesus Christ. Know that he's all-powerful and almighty. He's the Prince of Peace and the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. There is no other that reign higher. I love you, Mr. Camping, and I want you to know the truth. Until May 21st, 2011, I'm going to continue to make these videos.